Welcome to Jerry Colors Jaws, where each episode I'll be coloring a page from my original Jaws coloring book, which I created back in 2018. Now, let's see, what shall we color today? I know, we'll do another great picture of the shark right off the bow of the orca with Hooper, Brody, and Quint, who is firing a harpoon into the back. So let's start on the orca. So the orca is kind of a greenish yellowish color. It's a very strange color that Joe Alves, the art director for Jaws, used to make it look all weather beaten and old. The ship was pretty new. It was called the Warlock, I believe. It was kind of a white ship, and if you ever saw the pictures of it before it becomes the orca, it's amazing how they distressed this ship so much to look like this. But they did, so that's what I'm doing here. I'm really trying to make it look kind of weather beaten and kind of have that greenish color to it, and just add some more rusty lines and some dirt lines and just kind of give it that kind of character that it has before we move on to our little cast and crew, which I hit Hooper up there with his blue sweater. Brody's got his black shirt. Quint up there on the bow, he's got his blue shirt and his black pants because he has taken off his military green jacket at this point. So he is shooting that harpoon right into Bruce's back, who does not look like he's enjoying it. We're moving on to coloring the shark himself, which is my most favorite thing to color, is coloring Bruce. And again, like I did before, it's just layering these grays on top of it to try and just get some shadow callouts. And I've also said before that I really like to just hit every single wrinkle and bump and call those out, because that's what makes this shark, this model, different and unique from all just shark movie sharks, because Bruce has a certain look to him. He's got these wrinkles, he's got these folds, he's got these kind of pronounced eyes, he's got these jowls around his mouth. That is the way to tell the Jaws 1, basically the Jaws 1 shark, the main shark Bruce. They kind of went away from the jowls on the rest of the movies, which I think that really gives him his look. I think they thought it was an advancement in the robotics of it and the animatronics that, oh, now in Jaws 2, we don't really have the same kind of jowls, and in Jaws 3, we don't have these jowly things on the side of his mouth because they figured out how to get the mechanism to work differently. Yeah, I feel that it lost character. Here I am, hitting onto the mouth, and I'm just doing my typical coloring. I like to overlay and lay color and lay color and lay color, just to kind of get some depth out of it, because if you just leave it one flat color, you don't get any depth to it. I'm hitting it with some black to try and get some darkness at the tops, kind of get some dimensionality out of it. And I think I hit this back again with some reds, some deeper reds around the teeth and whatnot. Then we move on to the water. So the Atlantic Ocean, which I've said before in other videos, is a dirty green color. It's not pretty. So you can't leave this water this color. You got to dirty it up with a couple of layers of green, which I'm doing here. So it's, I just kind of get it kind of filthy, and I think I throw some black on there, some just lightly colored black and some dark greens, just to get it just kind of a watery color, but not pretty. You're not in the Bahamas. You're just in off of New England there. It's just, not that good looking. And Jaws was filmed out on the open ocean, so let's keep it real and make it look like a real ocean. Now I'm using my R Home Met art marker that I've talked about in a couple other videos to blend this color together, because I think when you can see at the top left, it's kind of still scratchy, but I kind of like what this marker does. It just kind of smooths out all the pencil lines, so I kind of like it, especially on the water. I don't use it too much anywhere else. Sometimes, like you can see here, I'm kind of hitting parts of the shark here and there, but I really like it on the water. It just really smooths things out, especially on these kind of images here. So now I'm going back to my tried and true white pen. I just love this ink pen, this acrylic ink pen. I can go nuts on this ink pen, but especially when you're doing water like this, I really like it, because when this drawing's done, if I didn't do this white pen, which again, I can get lost in it, I could just sit here all day and just do the little white dots, but if I didn't use it, the water would really kind of stay flat and it wouldn't come alive like it will when I'm done. Just using it on the spray, on the crest of that wave that's below the shark, which I'll get to in a moment, it really just pulls it out, I think, from just the flatness of it. I'm using little dots of water and everything. So As you can see, we're just hitting it on the waves, hitting it on the bottom of the shark. But you can go crazy with this white. Yeah, so Bruce is a great thing to color, but it's funny because he was so unreliable and just didn't work, and that's his main reputation, that he didn't work. But I don't know, I think that it just lends to the lore of the movie. So here I am again, just hitting parts of the shark, highlighting it. You know, it just makes it look that much more 3D, and it just kind of brings that pop to everything. So again, I could just go crazy. Little dots, little spray dots, I could be all day long on this. But I really like this, and I highly recommend using this white. I think I'm gonna head up to the orca. I hit a little bit on the orca itself here and there, just to add in those whites, but just a little. But yeah, be interested to know if you guys ever tried using these white markers and what you guys think of it. And I think we're done. And like I say, you colored it, and you did it, so you sign it. Hey friends, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to this page and click that notification bell to be alerted of any future coloring pages I release. And if you want a Jaws coloring book of your own, head over to jawscoloringbook.com or see my other fun stuff over at moviepopcorn.com. I've also put links to these sites below and any products or items that I've used in the video so you can try them for yourself.